Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we are back with another mod recommendation video. We're back over with a brand new Stardew video and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite, I was about to say Animal Crossing there, and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite Stardew Valley portrait mods. So these are any mods that change how the characters' portraits pop up in game. Some of these have sprites as well to them. These are more focused on portraits and less on the sprites. I did try to find as many mods as I could that were like complete packs or that had more than just one character. I think there's maybe one or two of the mods that have just one character, but I would be here for hours if we were just focusing on the one character. As always, a quick disclaimer, all of these mods are downloadable through Nexus Mods, which I will leave a link in the description below, and I'll make a pinned comment linked with all of the mods here, so make sure to go install them and share the love with all of the mod creators. And before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what mods you would like to see in our next video. But I think it is time, let's get right on into it with our first mod, which is our variant anime portraits. So this is a variant of the original anime portraits by creator Tunyoza, and this just gives the marriage candidates a really cute little anime look with some cute new expressions and just a nice cute little new look overall to them. I really like how this one looks, and I think overall it's a really cute mod, but it does only do the marriage candidates and it does not do the regular NPCs, which is where the next mod comes in, which is our villagers anime portrait mod. So this is another cute anime portrait looking mod, but these are for all of your NPC characters, so Abby, Jazz, Evelyn, Clint, Robin, and all of them. This is a really cute mod set. I think that they just look really cute. I kind of want to install this in my game, but yeah, I love portrait mods. They're really cute. There's just so many different styles and I want all of them. Next up on the list we have, honestly, I think my personal favorite and a very popular one. This is the DC Burgers Portraits mod. This is by the artist DC Burgers. Oh my gosh, I cannot get over how cool these mods are. The portraits are so cool. They have a really nice realistic look to them. And this is probably, out of all of the mods we're going to go through, my favorite portrait mods ever. Really like how it makes all of the characters look. I think that they all look super cool. It gives you 69 high resolution portraits for all of the villagers, but overall a very popular and I think a very big favorite portrait mod. Next up we have a sort of also DC Burger one. So this is Luna Cat's DC Burger style portraits for Stardew Valley Expanded. So it follows the same art style and it gives high-res portraits, but this is just for your Stardew Valley Expanded characters. So if you're playing on an expanded save like I always do, then it helps you have a portrait mod just set across all of the characters instead of just having the base game and then the expanded characters not having the fun of looking cute. I really like how this one looks and it's really cool to see all of the new characters get a really cool little portrait. Next up we have the character portrait overhaul. So this is a very subtle portrait mod, but it just gives them a little bit of a change to like hairstyles, beards, facial features, and all that sort of stuff. I think it's really cool if you like the like base game style, but you just want a little bit of a difference. I think this is a really cool mod, and it does come with a couple of different variants for a few characters. It unfortunately doesn't have all of the characters at this stage, but they are planning to get all of them. And if you're wanting to get just some of the individual characters, they do have a link on this page here, and it does have the individual characters there. Next up, another really cool looking one. This is the Lia Lunas Portraits. So this one follows a little bit more of the pixel art style, but just a little bit more of a realistic, I guess, look to it. This one encompasses all of the romanceable characters, and I think they look really cute. I like the different like angles of the characters as well. Next up, coming in at number 7, we have one that we've already discussed on the channel, but still a great one nonetheless. This is the Beichu's Portraits mod. This is an original anime portrait created by the wonderful Beichu, and I think it's just a really cool option. It's got a couple of different variants for like longer haired or short hair characters for like Ellie and Maru, and a different shirt option for Shane. I personally really like how Shane looks in these mods because this is a Shane fan club here. But I think that the characters look really cool with these mods. Next up we have a naris portrait mod, and this is for all of the villagers. This is just an overhaul of all of the villagers. It also does give them different angles from the base games, which, as I said before, I really like. It changes all of their expressions. And overall, I just think it looks really cool. It does look like they're a little bit more like emotive or expressive, and I think they look really pretty. Next up we have, I'm gonna butcher this, Talco Louis Portraits mod. This is a really cool one, and I think my favorite thing about this is it doesn't just do the portraits in the base game, it also does Stardew Valley Expanded, some Ridgeside village characters, and it's just so cool. It also does some gender bent characters, and I really like how all of the male characters look as females. I think they look super cute. I really like this style of mod. I think it just makes the characters look so much more expressive, even with their just like neutral portrait. Definitely a fave and one I highly recommend checking out. I think, yeah, they just look so cool. Next up is a really cutesy mod. We have the Fisharia Anime Portraits mod. So this also really heavily follows the sort of like 8-bit style that the game already has, but it's like super anime and super cute. So it's got portraits for all of the romanceable characters, and I think they just look really cute. I like the sort of subtle changes that they've made, the different ways that the characters look, and honestly a very, very cute portrait mod, especially if you want your game to be like a bit more cutesy and like anime styled. I really like this one. It's very, very cute. I think we're slowly coming to around the halfway-ish mark. So next up we have Kate Cat Pixels Portrait Overhauls mod. This is another one that's still very much keeping that sort of 8-bit style, but a little bit less. So yeah, it just gives an overhaul to the portraits, but I do like some of the different hairstyles that it gives the characters, and different like subtle things such as like eyebrows, beards, sort of noses and all that sort of stuff. I think it's really, really cute, and I really like how the characters look in this one. I do think that the small changes for these portraits in comparison to like the original portraits look really, really pretty. There's also a couple of different variations. There's like a stash and no stash Harvey, and also an original and alternate version of Abigail. And I love her hair for both of them. I think they're really cute. Next is another really cool one. We have the Satin Space All Villagers Portraits mod. So if you're a big like manga fan, this is probably a really good mod for you. So it does obviously change all of the bachelorettes, bachelors and townspeople and all of your alternate other characters, but it really looks like they've just been pulled straight out of a manga. I really like the coloring style on this one as well, and just how they look. And it's got all of the different expressions, and it gives them a very more expressive feel to it as well. I really like how this mod looks. It's really good. Next up we have Woomy Wong's All NPC Portraits and Sprites mod. I'm really sorry if I mispronounce that as well. So this one just gives, I feel like, a very subtle change. Obviously you can tell that it's a portrait mod, but it's not like a huge overthrow like some of these other ones that we've seen. Still very much follows the base style, but it just changes everything ever so slightly. I really like how this one looks, and I think a really cool thing about this one is it also changes the sprites for the weddings, the festivals, their pajamas as well, which is really cute. Them at the beach as well. Honestly, I think this is a really, really cute mod that's like customizable to your gameplay, but still very subtle. And on the note of that one, we have the same mod, but for your Stardew Valley expanded characters. I really, really like how Dusty looks in these ones, but as I said, it just gives a very subtle change to all of the characters, does their beach portraits, extra portraits, and I think that I just think they look really nice in this mod. This is another one that I'm like highly considering downloading because I really like how the base game stuff looks, but this just gives it a sort of subtle change and very much like a real customizable feature to it. Next up, we have another very cute anime styled sort of, just have a look at it. This is the Mimi's Portraits mod. So this one only has for the marriage candidates Abigail, Penny, Alex and Shane. It says in the comments there are other NPC Shane, and I've noticed that Shane is actually in a lot of just other NPCs. Is this just the subtle dig at Shane? Is Shane not a romanceable character anymore? Did I miss something? But this is a really, really, really cute mod. Just gives them the sort of like anime, like big eyes, blushy cheeks and everything, and really big curly hair. I really like how this one looks, and it gives Abigail and Shane a couple of different alternate things like a no beard or a bow tie. Next up, we have the Raise Enhanced Portraits. This is a really, really cute mod. Still follows the sort of base game style and enhances them ever so slightly with a couple of different hair looks, colors, all that sort of stuff. It gives it that real subtle toned down vibe, which I really love. I love the base game, but I really enjoy having my game a little bit more natural, and I really like the feel that this mod gives. I really like how the characters' different hair options look and slight different outfit options, and I just think this is a really, really cute mod. Another really good mod that is kind of subtle but still can show that you've done something. Coming in, we're on number 16 now. Let's go. We have the Oris Portraits mod. This is another sort of anime manga style mod that I really like. Gives them a little bit more of an expressive feel, and overall I just think that these portraits are really pretty. The artwork is so beautiful on these. This one only covers the portraits for Abigail, Alex, Emily, Haley, Leah, Maru, Penny and Sandy. It's a very retro pixel vibe to it, and I think it's really, really cute. Next up, I think this is our only single person portrait mod on our video here, but we have the Dizors Wizards Redraw mod. I really like how how this one looks. It kind of just gives him like a couple of extra features, and overall I really like how this wizard portrait looks in comparison to the base game. Next up, coming in at number 18, we have the slightly edited portraits mod. Oh, this is probably the best and closest to the base game portraits, but still changing things over ever so subtly. It gives some new sort of like clothes options, some like toned down hair options, shorter hair options. I think it's really pretty, and I like the really subtle changes to it. So you can still enjoy the base game style, but you can just have those little tiny changes. Next up, we have one for our Ridgeside Village lovers. This is the Ridgeside Village Alternate Portraits mod. This just gives the Ridgeside Village characters just a small alternate look. I really like how this one turned out, and I think it's really nice. And you know, we've got to get some more mods for all of our expanded things. Next up, I found this today and I'm in shock. This is the Daisynicos Portraits mod. If you know me, you know I'm a big fan of Daisynicos Earthly Recolor mod. It is my all-time favorite mod. It just tones down the game, and it does something like that for the portraits as well. I really like it. Gives different hair options and just tones down the brightness of the colors, which I really like. You can get some different options for Abigail and Maru. I really like the hair for some of these characters a little bit more than the base game, so I'm definitely excited to have a look into this one and maybe get it. It's like all of them. Can I just have like 20 different portrait mods in my game? Slowly getting to the end. Next up, we have the Chaba's Portraits mod. This is another really cute sort of subtle one, very much anime style to it, which I really like. This one only covers for Abigail, Emily, Haley, Leah, Mara, and Penny, so only our bachelorettes, but I think that it is a really cool little change to them. Still keeps very much expressive stuff and adds some subtle like things like blush and small hair changes, but I really like how this one turned out. Well, we're sort of getting to the end, coming in at number 23, I think. I'm losing track. We have the Dong's Harvest Moon inspired portraits. This is for Stardew Valley Expanded. I couldn't find one for the base game, so if you do know there's one, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. But I just thought this one was really cute. I remember reading that Concerned Ape was really inspired by Harvest Moon, so I really like that we were able to bring both of the games together in a way. I really like how these portraits look. I love how Sophia looks. She looks so cute. And it's just a really cute like chibi style to put into the game. And especially if you are a big Harvest Moon fan, this is a portraits mod for you. And our last mod for this video is our Visual Crossing Portrait Overhaul mod. This is another subtle one. We've got a lot of subtle ones on the list, but they're all so very different and all so cool. So it still keeps with that base game style. It gives the characters a little bit of a change, like face shape, hair shapes, all that sort of stuff. It covers the romanceable characters and the sort of other resident characters, and it gives some alternate portraits for it, which I think is really cute. I think they look really cool, and overall just a really nice, subtle but still effective mod that you can have in your game. But anyway, that is all I have for some portrait mods in the game. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and as I said, I will leave a pinned comment with all of the mods there so that you can go and check them out. So make sure to go do that and share love with all of the creators who made these mods, because it is not easy. It is fairly intense, I assume. I don't think I could ever do it. I think I would need to get like a coding degree, a graphic design degree, just a degree to do it. A modding degree? Do you think you could find someone that does a modding degree? Anyone doing a modding degree? Let me know. And make sure to let me know what sort of theme you would like us to cover for our next mods video. But on that note, I'll catch all of you guys on my next video. Bye everybody.